Do 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 do. Welcome, people, to Batman Radio. All right, hold on while I sip my OJ. The taste of victory is sweet. Yes, it is. Oh man, some good orange juice. Yum yum. Ah, ah. All right. So, how are all of you peasants doing? How's it going way down there in poverty land? How's it how's it going? I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, I think we're as a whole entering the Great Depression, literally like the greatest one we've ever had. But like I said, I won against all Freemasonry, won against the Illuminati and the government a long time ago, won against everybody, everybody, bro. Took everybody on by myself and won, man. I think I have the right to gloat a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I really don't gloat. I just talk about reality. I really don't brag. I just talk about the facts. I mean, I won. You know, like I said, I don't start nothing, but we country folk, we tend to finish things. We tend to finish it, and like I said, I finished it. I won. So, like I said, that's the whole deal. Why I don't do the internet talking because there's a bunch of delusional folks still talking to themselves that they're in la la land and delusionville, acting like there's things going on that aren't. Everybody on the internet is poor. That's number one. All of you are poor. You don't have nothing. You don't own nothing. You've never hustled. You don't know how to hustle. And if you could, you would hustle backwards. I mean, y'all are a walking contradiction and an enigma. Okay. I mean, you're funny as hell. So, like I said, the getting online, calling it trolling, but you're acting like you're serious and fake talking and all them word games and thinking you're going to trap me in my words. Like I said, I'm a linguistic master. You're not doing anything to me. You're all just sitting there and taking the cop out. That's what all that is. It's a bunch of sneaky, weak behavior because, well, you're upset because I'm strong as hell and I take every issue on directly and head on. I don't do this, oh, let's dance around the issues. Like, nah, bro. I've been bringing reality since, day one. Feel me? So, like I said, while I have my thousands of dollars worth Gucci slides here on my Gucci shoes, that's right. I just want to say, all of you people are nobody. That's right. None of you. You all tried to stop your boy, the Batman, and you couldn't. So what it is, yes, go run and tell your friends again. I'm live. Yes, I understand you're trying to boycott the channel. I get it. Nobody cares, Pumpkin. Still making plenty of dough. I think that next check is almost at, I mean, you can't ignore me. That's the fact. I think the next check is almost at $57, something like that. Like I said, I got problems. Don't worry. I got plenty of problems, tons of problems. I go through things every day. I go through difficult times. I go through very difficult things all the time. But I'm a lot stronger than y'all. A whole lot stronger. I'm stronger than any human being who ever walked the planet. I'll tell you that straight up. I've been through so much, it's unreal. You feel me? And that's part of life, man. You go through things that are out of control. You go through some things you don't have control over, you can't do nothing about. It is what it is, man. We all go through things, home skillet. You feel me? But it's the way that you deal with those things. You know what I'm saying? It's whether you put your faith in God and give it to God or not. You know what I mean? Like, me personally, I can't do everything. I'm not in control of everything. So I have to give it to God and let God be in control, you know what I mean? And it sucks, it's hard sometimes, but sometimes you just don't have a choice. Sometimes that's literally what it is. You feel me? So this is the kickback show. This is the I'm gonna drink my orange juice and talk to you people show, right? And talk reality. Um, but yeah, like I said, the red triangles they continue to rat on themselves, telling themselves and snitch on themselves. Again, all of you want to be loose lipped on here. Well, yeah, because you don't run a business. on here. You don't have a full scale business. All of them are running around telling them, oh, don't watch his program. Try not to click on his short videos. That's fine. Again, I don't need you. You've never been my main audience. Okay. You want to act like you are. But again, that's all the engineering from Google and YouTube. And that's part of why we're filing this federal lawsuit. Again, I'm ground zero. I'm the worst case of just being bothered for no reason and people stalking me, gang stalking me across state lines. Like I said, they bribe people, paid all these people off. Everything you're doing is out in the open. For you all to still be coming on a panel is crazy, bro. Like, it just shows that you have no remorse for what you did when you made your phone calls to Seton Hospital, right? And I told you what I've been going through for the past 4 to 5 years or so because of that. That was no joke. All that happened. That's reality. So, like I said, you all are looking at massive prison time, okay, that you can't find a way around and you can't get out of, right? So, these people are worried. They know what time it is, man. They know reality. And it's just funny when you keep on acting like it's some kind of YouTube game. No, because like I said, y'all weren't doing YouTube. Y'all didn't keep it on YouTube. So you got to make sense. So, like I said, at the end of the day, man, these people want to pretend, bro. They all know what it is, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, they all shook. They all scared of your boy, the Batman. And not only do I run the streets, but I run the internet. That's the real truth. I've got this whole thing monopolized. People can tell themselves what they want. Like I said, that check's already like around $57. Hoss, what you gonna do? You feel me? You gotta understand, bro. Like, what's the day, man? 23rd. Yeah, today's the 23rd. So at midnight it'll be the 24th, right? I don't know how many days are in this month, but I'll take a look a little later on. But I mean, it's ample time to keep trying to build this check, is the point, right? It's ample time to try to keep pushing the envelope, pushing farther, make some more money doing my job here and doing my career and what I do. And what it means is going into this next month, we'll probably have a pretty good check amount. I'm guessing somewhere hopefully around at least 60 to $70, meaning that then I'll have the whole rest of that, I'll have that whole month to keep going with it to try to build it. I think they'll give me till the end of that month, until the end of next month. And I can probably get this check, I would think, at the pace that I'm moving at, I think I could get it up over $200. Okay. So it's going to be right now, the name of the game is going to be conserving resources a little bit, right? Doing the best that I can, doing what I got to do. And that's really about it, man. The issue is going to be the same issue that I had before because, I mean, just everything costs money, man. It's just hard to conserve resources. So I don't even know. I may actually not pay the phone bill next month, but I'm sure we'll figure it out, man. I'm sure something will pop up, some opportunity. I think that, I think God will figure it out and I think he'll put things together. But if not, I mean, that's the worst that could happen, which I mean, it sucks. It's difficult, but it's not the biggest deal in the world either. You know what I mean? But I just got to see. I got to see where we're at. Um, that's it. I got to really try to conserve resources and do a lot of conserving right now because while I build this next check, it's going to take forever. Like I said, it won't be next month. It'll be what? So it'll be around my birthday. My birthday is July 21st. So the next check should come around my birthday, I believe. So unless somehow I pull a miracle and get it, over $100 before the end of this month, but I mean that's going to be pretty difficult and pretty impossible. But we'll see. But yeah, like I said, so I'd be creating a birthday check for now. That's the whole thing, man. People talk about money. Like I said, money doesn't really matter. Equity does. Because equity costs money. So, like I said, the big bosses, they make investments, they invest in the right things. And if you're smart like me, you want to get away from money and then you start bouncing back. And like I said, then you create all these opportunities. If I just had all the money, I mean, it's like when I did have all the money, I didn't know how to build these businesses. I didn't know how to, walk and run 30 miles a day. I didn't know how to, handle this heat the way that I do almost every day. I didn't know how to do this training. I didn't know how to, attain and have superhuman strength and wake that up in my soul and wake up my gifts. I didn't know how to do any of this. I just didn't. I'm being honest. I was a great guy. I was amazing. I was very strong. Um, but I didn't have the gifts that I have now, or they were dormant. I hadn't really woken them up. It's just the truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself or lie to y'all. And I was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was extremely strong, so I'm not going to say that, but I really wasn't even into working out as often. I would kind of work out, go to the gym, I think, occasionally. And, when you have money, it's like, I know there'd be some, I mean, I was always training, but there'd be periods of time I would kind of let it go for a little while and chill and wear my nice collared shirts and stuff. We all want to look nice. I've never really had insecurities. I always loved how I look and who I am. I love myself. You know what I mean? But, you know, um, I was always caught up with, dealing with different people that weren't worth my time. That's why now I'm very picky and choosy. But like I said, it's just Christina and I versus the world. That's what it's always going to be. That'll never change. So, I mean, get used to it. You know what I really want, man? I want some taco cabana. And that's the thing too. Like I thought a breakfast would be such a big deal the other day, and then I went and had it, and I was like, after you have it, you're like, "Oh, I guess it's not that big of a deal." It's just because it's so much more readily available to y'all, I guess. Like y'all have access to all this other stuff that I don't have access to, but at the same time, I'm in a much better situation than all of you. Let's get real. And you're mad about it. That's right. You're all upset about it. Like I said, all that fake talk online, but I'm right here looking pretty beautiful. I'm youthful, exuberant. I'm aging backwards. My hair is growing long. I look beautiful. Real talk. Like, look prettier than Penelope Cruz. So, what's up? Like I said, man, I mean, everything y'all do online, bro, ain't nobody here for that nonsense, man. I don't know what that's about. I don't know who started that. And I don't know what y'all talking about, man. None of that stuff exists, bro. Like I said, we out here with people showing love and support. The whole valley rides with Batman and everybody supports me. That's why I can't even go anywhere without people honking at me. The one dude was basically climbing out the window of the truck today and yelling out, Batman, I'm your biggest fan. So I mean, it doesn't get any realer than that. And the fact that I'm getting people down here on my side, like that's never happened, bro. That's a pretty big deal, man. Seriously. Because it's giving me notoriety. It's giving me like I've had friends down here. I meet people. I'm cool with a lot of people, but it's spread like wildfire. I think my name and the legend of Batman and me and what I'm doing, and it's really a good feeling, man. I'm happy about it. I'm glad that people here support it. Because I didn't know that if they would or not, but they love it, and I think that I think people like my persistence. There's that same chameleon lizard. I think I see him right there. You're not invisible, chameleon. But yeah. I mean, it just is what it is, man. Like I said, I mean, I don't know what these people are ever talking about. See, the thing is with them, they just want to be unfair. Like, I don't deserve a break. Like, I deserve a break, bro. I deserve this vacation with Christina. I've been working my entire life, man. I've been working since I was 16. I'm tired, dude. Do you really think that I want to? I mean, even though it's my own business now, it's awesome and it doesn't feel like work. It's still a version of work. It's still building my own company. It's not easy. It's very hard work. It's probably harder than any job I've ever done because it's fitness. I made it that way. I mean, that's what I have to do. Like I said, it's like the download the video today I was talking about, a lot of my stuff and my attitude and, this never ending fire that burns within me, this passion came from necessity, man. That's the difference. Like I've been trying to survive this entire time. You know what I mean? And I think that I'm trying to hopefully get where gradually things will get a little bit better. But it's just hard, man, because like I said, everything costs so much money. And then when you have these people and they literally try to get in the way of any opportunity, they're not really opportunities though. That's the thing. They're all like little like enslaving companies and stuff. That's why it's like I don't really feel like anybody's ever taken anything from me. You've gifted me with having to figure out how to do it a different way, and it talked about that in that Joker video, and it says everything's spot on for me, man. That's why I know it's all directly for me and talking to me. And it says you didn't have another lane or another way, like you had to make it happen with this, and that's the truth. I don't have a choice. This is all I got. Okay, I have to go hard with what I got, and it's necessary for my survival. It's necessary for me. I mean, like I said, I was raised you don't hustle, you don't eat. I told one of these suckers this, one of your agents, and he tried to act confused. Oh, you're blah 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 sucks. Like what? And it's called being a grown man, homeboy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I think we can see, who everything sucks for now, though, right? Since you lost both jobs, right? Right. Not only lost both jobs, but like, I mean, come on, bro. You completely lost, man. You got sunned. You lost. How does that feel? The taste of defeat. Is it like an agonizing feeling? Because I've never known. I've never lost to anybody. I've never been backed down by anyone. I've never been sunned, so I wouldn't know. People could talk and fake stuff, but can't nobody sun me, bro. That's reality. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Lost both jobs, got ran out of the neighborhood, right? And like, I haven't even seen that dude anywhere. Like it's hilarious. And like, if I did, I wouldn't care. I'd just laugh right in your face. I'd just laugh at you. You feel me? And then, like I said, then the other little minion with him, he was like scared too. He was shook, right? And it's like, I mean, it's just funny to me, man. You know what I mean? Because like either way, you know, I get my money, I get paid, I do what I need to do, I get my checks if I work a job, I do my thing, and people just can't stop me, man. They can't find an answer for me, man. It's just hilarious, and that's my whole thing. It's like, yeah, job is cool, man. I mean, you could say it's an opportunity, but is it really? I mean, if you're surrounded by a bunch of broke people that are out to get you and they're all snakes, I mean, it's not really an opportunity. Like, yeah, I'd be all right, make some money, but I would have been spending all my time doing that and I wouldn't have had any freedom like now. Like, now I have freedom. Like, my business is literally me having my freedom and working out and doing what I like to do and what I love to do. So it's like I have fun while I make money and work. Like I said, yeah, it takes forever for the money to get here, but I mean, when it does, it does. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like with the next check. I mean, let's say I can't pay the phone bill. I mean, I just paid it. So it's paid on the 21st. So that's through the 21st of next month of June, right? So let's say I can't pay it then, right? And let's say I just somehow get through that time period without, the phone plan. And I mean, it sucks because I want to be able to talk to Christina, but like at the same time, if somehow that happens and I can't do it, then like I said, the next check, I just try to keep building it and I'd have to like figure out Wi Fi or something to get the videos up when I can, right? And I would just record a bunch of footage. You know what I'm saying? I would record a lot of videos. I try to run that check amount up, and then voila, by the time when I actually get to my birthday and get the check, like I said, it might be around like $200 because it's already at like 57. So my whole point is then I can turn around if I have to. Either I'm used to not having a phone or I can, go buy me one from one of these little places for like $100 with a plan probably. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing is just everything costs so much money. It is unbelievable. And like, no, there's people all over. There's people in New York right now who haven't ate in 3 days. Okay, y'all have to really get real with yourself. We're in a nation where these people, never want to admit reality. I mean, number one, they turn this into a nation of invalids. Basically, nobody exercises, nobody does anything. So that's what all these people they just sit on the internet and play games and pretend and tell themselves a bunch of lies to make themselves feel better. It's really pathetic. Hold on. Ah, man, that's good. Ah, good orange juice. But yeah, I mean, main premise is, I do my best with the phone, but what matters is that I have, a little bit of what I need at least. That's the main thing. But I don't know, man. Like I said, we'll just have to see what happens basically. You feel me? We're gonna have to see what we can do and hopefully when I ask for some donations from, the few people that support me right now, it's really just one guy at this point. Hopefully he'll be able to do it when I ask. I'm gonna try to still give it some time right now because I just asked him. He's already donated me like $30. Thank you so much. Genuinely from the bottom of my heart. And we need more people like him that are here to support. That's the thing. I mean, if anybody's building something, they only have time for what's going to help build me. Your opinion is null and void. I mean, if you're against me, I mean, you already lost. That's why I don't understand people why they're online running their mouth or running their mouth at a distance. It's like, dude, all y'all got G checked and sun to your face. What are you talking about? You already did all that, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't go backwards. I don't worry about people I already got the best of and already owned and son. There's going to be a bunch of people like that. They can be mad and, swear up and down this and that and, vow for, like you're not going to get no get back with me because I'm not that type of dude. There's nothing you can do to or with me. You feel me? I don't care about the things you care about. That's what you don't seem to get. You can't even find anything I really care about. That's what I'm saying. Like when you got people online like that and they not trying to be normal and they just keep up with the nonsense, I'm withdrawn from that. I'm disattached. I'm unmoved. What's the other word? I just don't care. I'm indifferent. And indifference is power. That's what people don't understand. I'm indifferent to all you games. I'm indifferent to all you people. I'm indifferent to nonsense. I'm indifferent to people that go online and try to construct a reality that doesn't exist. I'm indifferent to people who troll or say things that are delusion and call it trolling, but you're acting like you're serious. And that's just a no no. That's a no no out here. That's a no no in front of me for sure. That's a no no in any hood. I don't play like that. So once I tell you that's what it is, that's what it is. It's common sense. If a grown man tells you this is reality, we're not going to ever discuss anything and act like it doesn't exist, well, that's how it is. So all of you have to do what I say. That's why it's funny because I'm your boss. I'm the boss of this entire network. Without me, there's nothing. Nothing moves. Just like in the Kabbalah that these Masons that I defeated study, you can look at what they say the center of the universe is. It's kind of funny, and it's my you know what. So, I mean, without that, without the manliness and the man, you have nothing. That's the reality. And that's why all of you, if you look around, look, you have nothing. Why are you worried about me because I'm a man? I don't care how you feel about a real man. I proved what I am. I'm the real man. It was nothing to prove. It proved itself. They act like I'm trying to prove things to them. I do everything because this is just what I was born to do. What gets proven, bro, is proven naturally. I've never tried to prove anything. That's desperation. That's what you operate in. Maybe if you'd stop projecting and ever get real with yourself, or have a face to face conversation and face your shadows and yourself and self reflect and talk about who you really are. The fact that y'all sit online all day, the fact that you lower your immunity every time you gossip, the fact that you don't exercise like me, the fact that I'm everything you want to be, the fact that I'm superhuman and a superhero and you wish that you could do what I do. It's bigger than money, homeboy, because money ain't going to buy you superhuman power and capability. I mean, to you, I'm practically Superman. I'm not just Batman, I'm Superman. That's the truth. You know what I mean? And like that's the way I really try to look at it because I really want to push myself farther and farther. I'm trying to turn into Superman, like literally. You know what I'm saying? That's what these people don't get. Like, this is I brought this concept to life, and I'm just saying it's cool that people support it. That's all. Because you could always get there's plenty of white guys out there in the world that want to dress up as Batman, okay, and front and masquerade. They got dudes down here who do it. I saw one of them. He was like 3 feet tall. He looked like he was 2 feet tall. He, he looked like he was trying to be Batman. They had a fake Joker, and it's like, yeah, I mean that's all cute and whatnot. I guess it's kind of funny looking, but I mean, you just ain't it. And it's crazy because if they would build them suits the way he had them, though, and I could build them with the actual equipment I need, right? And modify them and make them for my height because he was a lot shorter than me. Man, I'd have it made, bro, because that's what I need. I really got to figure out how to build these suits. And that's the thing, everything it just takes money, it takes a budget, and like I'm still not anywhere near where I need to be financially at all, and I'm just going to continue to be stuck in this loop. And it's not a loop. I'm not stagnated. I'm not stuck, but it's a loop as far as like within the business and finances of it. I'm not stuck in no nothing. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's just I'd like to have more options. You feel me? And I think God is going to create that. I mean, the one reading today said that like things are just going to fall from the sky basically and come out of nowhere. Well, that's what it's going to take. I mean, because this for sure was not enough money. This little dinky check, you know what I mean? And I'm already, getting. I mean, I think like in total I have about 140 left, which I got like 17 cash and then a bus pass for $3 I haven't used, so that's 20. So I think, and then it's like 116 with some change, like almost 117 in the account or something. I think it's like about 138, $137, about almost 140 bucks, which isn't bad because my check was only 153. So you see how I budget? Oh, I budget everything, man. I do what I need to do for right now. Like I said, I mean, I'm like Wesley Snipes in the vampire movie right now. I have to fund my own efforts and what I'm doing, and I have to pay for the things that I need along the way. And I got to, make things last until I can get just like everybody until, it's just, y'all probably make more money, not y'all on here, but most other normal people, they probably make a little more money because they actually have opportunity because they weren't targeted by the government for making too much money. The thing is with me, I never complained or whined about it. I never came on here and cried like John Clements or these fools and said, "Oh, I can't do anything," when he's lying. These people are living a lie. They're talking in some sense that doesn't exist. That's got to be hard on you health wise. It's got to be hard on you mentally, even if you are like deficient. I don't know what y'all are talking about because he's a fraud. All of them are frauds. You're like Mike Saha out here, bro. Like y'all literally are gang stalking, and everything is designed about me. You had YouTubers say the only reason we're here is for Tyree. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, to be born into a world that suddenly the whole world becomes obsessed with me, and you got so many people against you, and that's what God told me and Jesus said. He said, "Man, if everybody's against you, imagine how powerful you become." So it's like I look at that stuff as power. I don't look at it the way that y'all look at it. I had dudes that I think still watch my channel. I can see the subs and I see the name there. He told me one day, I remember some stuff that you taught me. If you're listening, you should know who you are. But what did he tell me? He said, "Why do you want to get up every day and go at it?" Basically, it's never my choice. Never my choice, man. It's not what I want. It's never what I wanted. It's just that's my life. It's nothing I did wrong. It's my blessing, and he's having to see that because clearly, I mean, if I'm Batman, but I do enjoy it. Oh, I enjoy it. I don't mind it. I just wish I could do it with money. So why do I want to get up and blah blah blah? I mean, that's the thing. You're trying to project and twist the situation and act like it's something I caused. No, this has nothing to do with me. I'm completely innocent in all of this. This is the world. This is all these people that they choose to be jealous and envious when they could just congratulate me. They could just say, "Hey, you know what? I'm happy for you." Just normal people. We have a lack of normalcy and normal people. That's why there's no point in me talking to people on this network. What you all just did is serious as hell because I continued to extend my hand in a peace treaty and try to be cool with everyone and build. And when you got more and more people showing that y'all act the same, I don't know what that is. Then when you got real people in reality, like I said, like they used TJ, the red triangles, okay, I don't know if they bribed him or used him or manipulated him. That means he's been gang stalking me along with all the other people he's affiliated with. So they all have to come to court now. So like I said, he just indicted and incriminated half of Sixth Street, okay, and a lot of Austin. Seriously, they're involved in this because he's known me for a while. So he was obviously gang stalking me that entire time. That's why he was asking me, and I could tell, "Oh, where do you work?" It's like the other dude who got on the phone that had the connections to these people, to the one who lost both jobs, right? Who's just a complete coward, right? Four eyes. And he did the same thing. Like I said, when I was in Austin, he said, "No, where are you at?" and tried to act like he was saying it aggressively. Like, dude, you sound super soft. And I told you what it is, right? I told you off, told you a coward, right? And this dude had me walk to this like Chick-fil-A or something. And I said on the phone, I'm like, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm over here and like playing games on the phone." And I'm like, "Yeah, homeboy's not here." I'm like, "Yeah, because you were never here to begin with." The dude did a fake phone call saying that he was somewhere because I was trying to get a ride just so I could get back here. How would that make sense? That's all felony stuff, bro. Okay. And that dude, I believe, like, is a father. So that means that a lot of people in the communities, like I said, because they know people I went to high school with or whatever, these corrupt people who are corrupt lawyers, corrupt DAs, corrupt judges, whatever, corrupt, whatever, a bunch of corrupt people, right? Because, like I said, the courtrooms down here are the most corrupt in the nation. That's a concrete fact. It's in the news, tons of news articles. Okay. So everyone who's anybody knows this, right? So, like I said, like, that's not like I'm a grown man, bro. This ain't high school, bro. You feel me? This ain't a popularity contest. This ain't where if somebody don't like me, you have power to do anything with me. You don't have power to do nothing. You want to play games like that? I could care less. I mean, you're just going to have to come to court when I file this federal lawsuit. So yeah, no, that dude, whoever that was, and I'm sure that the truth will come out. He's going to have to come to federal court too. There's a bunch of random people that are have already indicted and incriminated themselves on federal charges towards me. I mean, you have no business doing stuff like that. And all of it's corny. And I'm gonna tell you why they did all that, because they didn't have an answer for Batman and they were scared of me. That's why. Because they wanted to neutralize me and silence me and and wish me away, and they couldn't find an answer for me. It's kind of like the people who pulled up on some streets down here in Brownsville, and they try to angle their truck and park right in front of me, like park it like right in front of me when I'm trying to get the bicycle and cross or something, and they're looking at me trying to do it on purpose, right? And Batman, maneuvers and gets out the way. People don't understand this Batman thing isn't fake. Like, I think they made the movie El Gringo about me, because before the Batman thing, all that story was my story. I'm the one who went through all that. I think they've made a lot of movies about me. If you want to be honest, they just don't tell you the truth that it comes from my story. I'm the only one who lived that. Like, there's very few real human beings in the world, bro. I'm one of the only ones. So most of these movies and music they talk about, I'm the one who lived all the real thing. That's the thing. I'm not a fake person. I was never cautious. I was extremely reckless, but I was reckless with a brain. See what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, even now, I'm just smart. I just know how to play by the rules. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And that just comes with age and design and maturity and experience and learning, you know what I mean? But, that's the whole thing, man. You always focused on wealth. I mean, I had that whole video talking to me today about it. That's why I made that video. And it said, will and willpower always defeats wealth. And it really is true. It said, deep in their heart, they know that you want it more than them. Like, that I would literally, like, walk through hell just to make a little bit of progress. And that's the truth. That's what this is built for me. This is not about money to me. This is about building something, like it said, that's untouchable. That's what it said. Building something they can't touch. And that's what I've already accomplished. Now you're just seeing that thing that you can't touch, that's untouchable, move around and enact and do things that you can't control. See what I'm saying? This was way bigger. This was about building a superhero, which is what I am. So, the money and the finances, I mean, God has to create that, and the world could help and assist and try to create that. And like I said, that's what I don't respect a world that you have all these people working jobs and people are fine. They're all right. Like, they've got more than enough money. They have more than enough of everything they need. And for you to sit here and watch me, which I know a lot of people like that watch me, they have to, and to not just be like, you know what, I'm gonna just send this dude $1,000. You know what I mean? And I'll send him another 1,000 next month. I think that's inexcusable. I honestly do, because I've given people thousands upon thousands. I mean, I've done tons of stuff for people, especially financially. And it just don't make no sense to see a young dude like me who's 35 and giving his all and put his all into this, and has built something that really, really is already helping us. It's changing lives. It's saving lives. It's lowered crime rates. Let's get real. It's changed. Hold on. So sick of those gnats. But it's lowered crime rates. It's changed the feeling in the street. It's made everything the street safer. That's the truth. Like I said, I wouldn't care if it was a commission. I wouldn't care if it was an agency. I wouldn't care who it was. I wouldn't care if they did it by creating me some kind of job, but where I work as Batman. I'm not doing any other job than being Batman. I mean, unless it's like very relevant and I can work it into being Batman somehow, that would be cool. But other than that, I mean, I just don't see why that's not a possibility. I mean, I'm just saying, everybody talks in this society, that's fine. And, I'm glad I have so called fans and all that, but put your money where your mouth is. Seriously. I mean, it's inexcusable to me, because if I was sitting on $250,000 or whatever, over 300,000 like I used to have, and I watched this, and this became as big as it's become already, and we're just starting. This is the barely beginnings, bro. Y'all haven't even seen a tenth of what I'm made of. Like I said, that's why you see me doing more muscle ups. the strength levels are going to continue to increase. I have made nonstop progress this entire time since I started training in front of y'all on YouTube. Do you understand that? There hasn't been a time where I've been stagnated. I've constantly gotten stronger in front of you. It's incredible. And my body is just like not bigger, but more cut. See, that's the thing. Strength is not built, it's built through resilience. It's not built off of, taking a whole bunch of protein and trying to bulk. Bulk is not strength or muscle. A lot of bulk is water weight. That's why if you take creatine, it builds up your muscle because they say it's water weight. Although some creatines do make your muscle extremely like tough. So I don't know if I believe that. I think creatine is great if it's used properly, but it's also what caused me all my problems, along with what they did when they called Seton Hospital. So, I mean, I don't even know if I would want to take creatine at this point after what happened, because of that and what else, happened. But um, the point is, there's some creatines that, I mean, when I was training in Austin, I was ridiculous. Okay. And like, I literally had guys, I got on the bus in Austin. I had some dude, he's like, yeah, I'm running from these people. And he's like, I saw you and you're huge. And I was like, he said he was like worried. He's like, oh no. And I'm like, nah, dude, like, I'm just a random person that I just came from the boxing gym. But I mean, I was huge in Austin. I'm talking about huge, ready to go, didn't have this issue physically, was just everything was straight. And that's the thing. I don't regret being in this position because look how much it brought out of me. Like that's the thing. Yeah, I was strong, I had it all going. But I mean, I can do so much more now. Truly, I can. I can do more now. I mean, I've pushed my body to a different extent and different limits. And it's like, if I do take anything like that or take supplements, I'm sure that it would help me and I would excel more. But I'll have to just cross that bridge when I get there and try to work them in and see how I respond to them and how I do, with my stomach and all that. I'll have to just see, what I mean? So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm doing what it's all about, what the name of the game is, which is about, what you're eating and like drinking fruit juices and trying to eat fruit when you can and like I mean this is what the name of the game is about, getting strength from natural things, all natural strength. I'm 100% all natural, like I said. If you add anything to that at any point like protein supplements whatever, I'm just going to probably fill out more and it could maybe help my performance a little bit, but I mean it just depends. You know what I mean? My performance, like, I tend to know how to dictate it. That's why today you saw I went a little harder on that and I just knew what I was doing. Like, I'm telling you, I do different things on different days. So, like, I can tell what days I'm probably gonna excel and maybe do something amazing again. That's what people don't get. This is a formula. Like, it's like when they say, like, if anybody stood next to me, they could never do what they did in that movie Limitless. Just like with him, they couldn't. That's why it's just your society is a joke, basically, because they want to sit there and play word games and say fake talk. And it's like, I mean, y'all are just, you're the screenplay. Y'all are like the background characters of my movie, all of you. So it's like when background characters get out of line and they start trying to do weird things on the internet, yeah, nah, we ain't playing them games. Feel me? It's not no need for me to get out of character or get upset or anything like that because well, that's what they want. They're just upset, so they're like online on some petty stuff because they're grown adults that don't know how to adult. So they're like, oh, hopefully I can get him to be mad and upset because I'm having to sit here and witness his success. I've learned your game. It's complete immaturity. And the point is, when you do that, it's illegal and you go to prison. You're grown adults. You can't do that. They're all felonies, dude. And we've explained it to y'all 8 million times. So to sit here and think that, try to play it off, oh, it's funny. Oh, it's just my behavior. Oh, it's just how we are. Well, tell that to the judge, bro. Because the judge is not going to care at all. I can guarantee that. He ain't going to care about that. Hey, you know how many criminals have probably said stuff like that? Come on, dog. So like what? These people, like I said, man, you really leaning on this fake internet stuff, man, and just trying to upset real gangsters. I don't know. I don't get upset, so I don't know what that is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like people generally don't try to make me mad. That's completely the opposite of reality. Everything online is the opposite of reality. All of it, except for my channel. That's why they're so mad. Like I said, the Penguin, I mean, Penguin, let's go over it, man. I mean, like I said, you don't even have any money, bro. You go move ingots all day and waste every single day. You've never even been out of the city, out of the valley. I mean, you're a joke, bro. You ain't never gonna have a career. You got to watch me succeed in what you wanted to do. You tried to steal money from me by filming me. That's also going to be addressed in court when you have to come to court. Y'all have no choice to come to court. You have to come to court when this federal lawsuit is filed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guarantee that. You feel me? And then all the other things that you did with Sonic, that's going to get investigated, common sense. And then what you did with Tia. So, trying to find ways to keep being weird and uncomfortable and putting up fake pictures and trying to act like you have fake remorse because you're worried. What I say affects a lot of people. Penguin is worried, so that's what he'll do. I'll say the truth and bring up what he did to his fake wife Tia that he's responsible for and that it was a whole massive cover up that proves corruption, which is part of my issue because a lot of people, some of them have been all right, but there's a lot of corruption, bro, with that because they did a cover up on that. He 100% should be in prison. Like that's like a life sentence too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's really, I think he does worry and stress about it in what I say because he knows that there's still people listening. You feel me? Like people just don't know who you are when I say the Penguin, but I know. And there's a few people on the internet that know. Christina knows. I don't care about y'all, bro. That's the thing. Y'all act like you the centerfold and you the center of the universe. I'm the center of the universe. I'm the star of the show. You're all a bunch of nobodies. You have a channel that, you don't even care about your channel and can't make any content or make any bread. And I get paid doing what I do. I'm making consistent checks. Real talk. Consistent over here, baby. Ah, it's delicious. Ah. So I work hard for every little dime that I make. I work hard for my little money. It ain't much right now, but I believe that God will bless me. Like I said, in my life, I've seen more money than anyone who's ever walked this planet. I'm sure God will bless me again and get me caked up and give me so much money. It's unbelievable because now I know what to do with it. If you notice the affirmation in the message today, again, divine confirmation, it said, you're about to get blessed with tons of wealth so that you can help people. I keep telling you all this. It's the only thing that makes sense. And I think they know that it's the truth and that I'm a prophet and I've been right about every prediction I've made, every single one. Steve's was copying my lines, saying that. Like everything I do, these people, it's really cute. They try to copy what I say, but they're not me. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. They try to copy my mannerisms, my energy. They all want to be like me. And, that's all it really is. I'm a superstar, man. It's my energy. Like I said, you got to understand these celebrities, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, all of them, they've been harvesting my energy since I was born. So I realized and figured out I really am the center of the universe. And I told you all this for decades. I kept telling you all this. This is why I could never stand celebrities. It wasn't just because they sold their soul, right? Hold on. It wasn't just because they sold their soul, but it was because I understood the truth that there was some weird vibe and something was going on, and that's why I figured it out because they were all harvesting my energy all these years. They knew exactly who I was, right? And I don't even think you have to know who the person is to harvest energy personally. I think they just draw it and may not sometimes may not know who it's from, but know it's from someone. All that came from me. I'm the center of the universe, bro. There is nothing that moves without me. That's why people talk about material possessions. Bro, I'm God. I'm God in human form. I create and manifest that. That's why I own 14 cars. It was easy. It was nothing for me. What are you talking about? Bro, I could have been had everything. I don't know what you're saying. I got set up and targeted for making too much money, having too many cars, and all that. And like I said, you know, like I wasn't that happy when I had all that. That has nothing to do with happiness or winning. Money is means nothing. That's the real truth. Money is I just need enough money so I can take care of myself, take care of Christina, and be good. That's all I'm trying to do. That's why you see me, I'm hungry. And that hunger is necessary. It's necessary for what I'm doing as a career now independently. It's necessary for the career I've built in the company I'm a CEO of, several of them, right? It's necessary when I'm building my own media company. I mean, it's all perfect for me, man. It's all set up. God told me it was his idea. The Batman thing was God's idea. So when y'all try to talk down on it, I know he don't take well to that. That's why I feel like he keep using me to respond. My ancestors too. My ancestors, like they said, are standing up to all y'all through me. They're defeating all y'all through me. I got ghosts, spirits, ancestors, all sorts of, ghosts and spirits and stuff, and God working through me and speaking through me. So it's like I represent a whole lot. I'm a walking enigma. I'm a whole different, breed and a different type of entity, so it's like people could say what they want, but I represent the meaning of true life and I am the source of creation. I am the creator. And all these statements I said a long time ago. This was never, you can check my history anytime if you look back at the old channels they flagged and taken down. All my videos I've talked about, they're all different, a variety, but I've said the same things sometimes like that. Like I've always known I was the creator. I'm the source of creation. That's what people don't get. It's just like, with Christina, everything with Christina, God already told me it's a portal. So I'm going to be walking into this portal with Christina and my whole life changes. Our life changes together. It's life changing for both of us. I mean, it's going to be it's a whole portal. I mean, I'm talking about walking into true love with my divine spouse, which is Christina. I'm talking about having so much money, we'll never have to worry about money again. And that's the thing, most people, because most of y'all, have your weird whack mentality, meaning the people in the public, and you're operating from a place of lack. You always talk about money like it's hard to find, or all you care about is money. I could care less about money. It's easy for me to say, I know that God is going to bless me and give me so much money, more than I've ever had. And, because I just know what I've done for the world. I know that I'm doing God's will. So I have no reservations about knowing that He'll bless me because I have true faith and true belief. You feel me? Like I said, y'all don't get it, man. Y'all about to be really upset if you think you mad now. Good luck. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. Like, ain't nobody playing no games with me. Ain't nobody having nobody walk up to me and say anything to me that's out of character. I don't know what you're talking about. Y'all need to stop with this. I want to type stuff because you're typing and saying things that aren't happening. Because, like I said, you're trying to pretend that you're whatever, playing mind games. Right. And I've told you way too many times, and you need to learn how to hear. You cannot play mind games with a genius. You can't play mind games when you have no money and no budget. And you can't play mind games when you're not in a position to and not in a position of power, much less when you belong in Arkham Asylum because you're plumb out of your mind. See my point? See, that's the thing. Y'all are worried about mind games. Mind games have never done anything to me and never worked on me. You could do mind games all day. All it's going to do is maybe have me most get a headache, go through a little bit of stress. Me feeling anguish has never been a problem for me. Me feeling anguish is what drives me. So, really, these people and narcissists don't get you're trying to act like you're on something, but you're not really gaining anything from that because you don't know what I'm feeling. You're a million miles away and you all don't really cause me any anguish, to be honest. The only thing you do is maybe like aggravate me, right? And then I take that anger and rage that you're trying to build for some weird reason and I put it into being Batman. So you end up helping me. I can see some guy, not a guy, an actual animal. I think that's the armadillo again. I saw him yesterday. He's a cool little guy. I hope he's all right. Looks like it's moving funny. Is it a cat or a weasel? Something. I don't know if he's gonna come over here. Oh, maybe. But yeah, man, I mean, people just need to wake up. They need to wake up and smell the Folgers coffee, man. Like I said, there's no back and forth on YouTube. I don't have any beef with anyone, never have. You need to get over it. You took a loss. You took tons of losses. Okay. Again, all these YouTubers I'm not connected to. I talk about y'all and I get paid to talk about you, and I'm going to do it over and over again now because you keep running your mouth. Okay. I'm going to continue to make money off of talking about your mishaps and your failures and laugh at you. and you're not going to do anything about it. So I'm going to say it again. Tone Space is part of the Red Triangles. Tone Space backed down in New York to a coward. Okay. He ran up the street. He screamed and committed a felony that we all know what it's called. Okay. He's committed a felony on camera. Real smart. When you were already looking at a federal indictment for being a part of the Red Triangles and for gang stalking me and everything I did in the past, right? So you're connected to all them other individuals who have committed extremely heinous and serious crimes. They've been quoted saying things and they're so slow, I think they still have the videos up publicly, right? And I don't know what happened to them because a lot of them, it just seemed like they already got their karma and they don't even come on here no more. So, everyone that's tried to say even a word in edgewise against me, God has delivered karma like immediately, like the worst karma, karma that no one could handle. I mean, God is silencing fools. Let's get real. God has been silencing all of you, just like right now. You can't talk here because there's divine rules that you cannot go against. You already did, and that's why you're going through your karma. Okay? That's weird that you're trying to make it like it's some kind of personal. There's no personal thing. I don't know none of these people. There's no way that you should be that focused on me. And the reason why is because you people are in a delusion and oh, you want to be me. That stuff is mad uncomfortable. I don't got time for that because that's not real though. See what I'm saying? That's something that people do who, like I said, they never go outside. That's some shut-in stuff, man. That's some weirdo stuff. That's not real though. If you was someone that I dealt with in person, you would have to hide all that. That's like TJ. I'm sure TJ is the same thing. He wishes that he could be me. Right? These people are acting like they're CIA agents, like they've been hired to stalk me. Like, I mean, you got to understand, bro. TJ is a soft individual. I mean, for him to sit here and act like he's like he can just do whatever he wants and play these games because oh, I'm at a distance. That's some coward stuff, bro. Like I said, this is proving that they're all snitches. This is proving what I set out to prove day one. This is proving that they know I'm tough, and when they do these little coward actions, they're paying homage and they're validating all my hard work. They're validating that Batman is real, and they're also coming out the woodwork and proving that you're all wannabe villains. Okay? Because the people I've been coming up against, just to be honest with you, have been way worse than y'all. The people I've been coming up against are more real than y'all. And then you have to wonder too, is all this connected? Because I think that these people have connections, the people online even. I think that they're just complete riffraff. And like I said, I am positive that they have something to do with trafficking through cities, especially in Texas, all kinds of trafficking. And obviously they're all addicts. So what's the other element there? Common sense, right? So, and that's what it seems like all the element mainly is drugs with all these people. And see, me, I've never even touched that stuff, never had that problem. So, like, it's my personal vendetta, 100% to stop all of that nonsense. I don't want to see any of that activity going down. I don't like it. I've had dudes roll up on me in the street and they run in their mouth, and I'm like, dude, that's what I'm out here for. Like, what's good? Like, you talking to the wrong dude out here, homeboy. You feel me? Like I ain't hearing all that drug stuff, bro. I don't care about that. I don't think y'all are cool. I think y'all are whack. Okay. My dad raised me for real the right way and said, "What, you gonna be weak like everybody else and turn to that stuff?" See, I don't have nothing to do with that. I get away from people who do that because y'all is some riffraff. That's some failure stuff. That's some sucker stuff. You feel me? So like my whole point is red triangles, I think they could have connections to Tren de La Argua, I believe it's called, right? I don't know if what that one incident that they tried to send one of them at me. Okay, like send him at me with him having something, right? And they tried to send him at me, and that didn't work. That backfired, and he basically, got punked out and cowered out too, like all of them. And then y'all will rewrite stories, but the reality is that he got sunned, right? And just like every time. And like I said, I wasn't even working or nothing. So that's concerning, right? And then you wonder, maybe not, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's possible. I mean, a lot of these gangs, they work for the government, is what y'all don't get. What you have to understand, I'm not Zach TV. I'm not Tupac. I ain't Biggie. Y'all ain't never gonna do me like you have these other people. I promise you. I've been talking about this since day one. You're not scary. There's nothing you can do to me physically. Not at all. You can sit there in front and pretend you don't know me clearly. If you even entertain that, you don't know me. You understand? Because I've proven that. That's what my videos prove. My videos prove that I move faster than the human eye can perceive. I'm the fastest human. You're talking about Neo in the Matrix. Trust me, Neo in the Matrix can hold his own in the street pretty much against anything. It wouldn't matter how many anybody. I'm going to win every time. So we know reality. So let's get real. We're not going to even entertain the fake, oh, y'all about anything in the street stuff because y'all ain't in the street. These are all people who, like I said, they're armchair revolutionaries and they want to pretend and depict that there's something they're not. They want to talk tough on the internet, and every single year they do nothing but bluff because they're looking to get people to feel froggy and leap because they want a real gangster to make a mistake. These are snitches. I think they're working off plea bargains and plea deals. That's what I think. Okay. You have to understand, man, if I have my intellect and I have my brain and I have my knowledge, why would I not utilize it and be Batman, the world's greatest detective? Why not? Why not? Why would I need to ask anybody for anything to be myself if I'm just Batman? No, I need to use my mind and figure this stuff out and unravel the truth. I'm the real Batman. Everything Batman did in the movies, the cartoons, I do. Literally. Like it's identical, bro. I move like him, I walk like him, I talk like him, I fly through the night like just like him. Like, I am the night. I am I am vengeance. I am Batman. Like it's identical, bro. I have my moments where I'm just in the dark, just saying that stuff. Like, it's a real thing. So like, yes, there's a little bit of comedic effect to it because I know how to do it and it naturally comes and it's just there. But this is real, man. It's really real, and this is all coming from God. So I mean, that's the most beautiful thing about it. You know what I mean? That means God is a Batman fan. Like real talk, God likes Batman. Like that's pretty cool to me. It's good to know that God is well rounded and has a sense of humor. Me and God are tight, man. I love God. I love God just like I love Christina. You feel me? And I saw your message today, honey. She told me, she said, yeah, the spirit of God works through your girlfriend, meaning her, to tell you these things. I know, honey. I'm glad you're telling me again, but I remember the first time you said it. I listen to every little word you say. I hear everything you say. Trust me on that. So I know that. I know you had told me that before. You said, I remember you specifically. You said, that's why I've been put here and I'm here to tell you these things. I know. I listen and I believe you 100%. I have no doubt at all about any of that. So I mean, it's kind of cool, too, that because we haven't met in person yet, but we already know each other and we've been talking for years. And it's kind of cool, that my girlfriend gets to see me, before we do meet in person in action and doing all this. I mean, she helps me along the way. She motivates me. She basically saved my bank account. I mean, she knows that what I'm taking on and what I'm doing is a whole lot. She knows that I'm going through a whole lot. She knows none of it's easy. I give her credit, man. She's stuck with me and she really, really does believe in me and support me. She believes, I can see that she believes in me 100%, 1,000%, and believes I can do anything I put my mind to and survive anything and come back, make a comeback in boxing if I wanted. She really truly believes in me, and it's just heartwarming, to see that. It's nice that she at least sees the purpose of why I'm doing all this and understands how important it is. I mean, it's just awesome, and that's part of the reason that she belongs to me and she was made for me. Most all these other so-called women, they wouldn't understand any of this. They wouldn't care because, like I said, they're all about just trying to get Gucci and Prada purses and wear high heel, stilettos and waste their time with nonsense and playing weird, silly games and worried about fake cars on payments. And that's the whole thing. You have a society of dudes that enslave themselves as an indentured servant and literally enslave themselves with student loans, with cars on payments, with mortgages, with everything, and it's like, me, you could say what you want about me, but I exited that whole game day one. I don't care about my credit sucks because I never tried to build it. Now she and her me and her and I, Christina and I, already talked about it. We're going to go about trying to fix my credit too, and She's 100% right. They have little agencies and bureaus or whatever, or places that you talk to, and it's just a matter of paying what I owe, and then trying to open a line of credit. Because if I open a line of credit, if they would ever allow me, they just never let me. If they let me do that, then yeah, I could always make the payments on time. All these things, it's not because I did anything wrong, it's because I was always traveling. So that's all it was. It was just I was traveling, and I had to move around. So I left, and you just have to pick up and go sometimes. I was always moving quick, and I had a lot going on. I've been all everywhere. I've been Georgia, Atlanta, Florida, Arizona, Cali, um, New York. Like, I've been around the block, man. North Carolina, like lived in North Carolina, lived in Florida, lived in Georgia. So people don't get, like, I've been around, bro. Been around the block. I pretty much know how everywhere is and what it has to offer, and pretty much everywhere is the same, is what I realize. It's all the same. It's just little environments and communities, and everybody talks and gossips, and everybody fronts, and you got a bunch of so-called women that run around the street like chickens and make no sense. And that's pretty much reality. That's what it is everywhere. And then it just becomes whatever it is. Like I said, most of the so-called women, they don't really have any taste in men. They're just all kind of running around silly. You got dudes trying to fake rap because they're trying to impress girls and so-called women that, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to gain anything from, and they're not going to probably pay you the time of day anyway. Most of the so-called women act like they're too good for guys. Some reason they think that's attractive. I think it's the corniest thing ever, and it just lowers your market value completely. And like I said, I mean, if they were a stock, they would be plummeting on the Nasdaq, like Dave Chappelle said. It's a fact, because they just, all of them just have no concept of their worth. They have no concept of reality. I've just noted that. So-called women have no concept of who they are, the fact they're a woman. They don't know how to even act with a guy or a man. They don't know anything. I'm telling you, today's new age so-called woman, they know how to sell content, do OnlyFans, and cause you a migraine and a headache, and basically just be destructive about everything. That's pretty much all they know, and talk ignorantly and make no sense, and then make horrible decisions, and then go on Facebook and brag about their idiocy. Am I not? Tell me when I'm not right and spot on. If you have a girlfriend today and they're not a real woman, like mine is, Christine is a real woman. She's amazing. All these other gals, so-called women that aren't, you can't even call them gals because gals have manners. All these other so-called women, if you all are dating some chick, some so-called woman, all y'all are in a bad predicament. It's not a badge of honor no more. It's not something you can be proud of. It's a headache, and it means that they're going to drag you down with them. And if you notice the news stories, that's what happens every time. Most of the issues and crimes come from relationships, come from these couples, okay, that you know are basically, you've got women, bro. Like I said, you want to know how slow so-called women are. So-called women, like I said, they'll work at a club. Rich men will come into that club, and they won't try to, you know get with the man who's rich, or they'll try to use him and pretend they're manipulating, but they're really just slow. They're playing themselves, because you can't manipulate a rich guy who's smart. See the point? So they do things within their own delusional mind that don't actually exist. You see what my point? And they're so slow, they'll actually do that and waste their time with nonsense, right? Hold on. Instead of being smart, like any normal, like even guys, like normal guys who have logic, they would just use their mind and think and say, I mean, you would have to be a girl in this position, obviously, but if you were a woman, you would say, well, my goal should be getting a rich man that actually cares about me and loves me. But oh no, they're all, oh, I don't want love. Oh, like it's all this fake rebel attitude because all of them settled in life. That's the deal with so-called women. The deal with so-called women is they all have childhood trauma and daddy issues, and they're all weak as hell. So they're gonna take it out on you, and they're gonna put you through a bunch of unnecessary hell, and then try to justify it. Oh, I'm a woman. So what? Why are you taking out on me what you went through with other people? That's inexcusable. It should be a crime. And in some cases, it does become a crime because they commit crimes through it. So-called women are a joke, bro. I mean, it's a waste of your time. If you want to waste your time with it, no problem. Be my guest. I never did, and that's why I don't have those problems. Thank God. Thank goodness. You feel me? I don't have them problems. You know what I mean? That's why, like, I know God loved me and I'm blessed because He wants to give me Christina, and Christina is everything I deserve and the only person I deserve. I literally look at Christina on 100% on a pedestal. Okay, I don't put anyone on a pedestal, but I look at Christina as what she is, my angel. You understand? So like Christina is like the only woman in the world to me. All the rest of you, you're a joke. I'm just being honest. I'm not just talking like that to be funny. I really feel this way. Mhm. That's what y'all don't get. Like I be laughing at y'all. Like real I find actual enjoyment and entertainment off of just like looking at your behavior and laughing. I think y'all are hilarious. Like it's comical. It's comical when someone doesn't know reality and is in it. I mean, that's just crazy to me. If I was a girl and a woman, I'd be so much smarter than you. I would have my whole act together. I'd have cars. I'd have everything. And you know what the truth is? I would still have to get it off credit though. I'd have to get it off credit and I would have to still work. And I think that's why a lot of them are mad. And that's my point. I mean, the system is designed to favor women. They give y'all everything. So they're going to give you the job. They're going to give you the line of credit. They're going to give you these fake cars. They're going to give you real estate. They're going to give you everything. You're going to have more access than I do, way more. I have no access to anything because I'm a man. We get the bad end to every deal, but this is why I think they're all mad too. You'll never be a man and you'll never have the power I have. And you'll never get to feel what it's like to have dominion over a woman or be in charge of a woman because at the end of the day, this is a man's world and a man tells a woman what to do. I don't care what you say. Right? I mean, I'm nice to who I love, right? But I'm in charge. I wear the pants. You know what I mean? Now, there's nothing wrong with me, being a little submissive and letting, who I love, letting Christina make decisions and stuff, of course. You know what I mean? Because I'm all about fairness and equality out of actual love, not trying to just look cute. I don't ever act different and paint things on the outside some way and then act different behind closed doors. I'm the same mean, dude to everyone. I'm the same person, and I'm nothing but amazing to Christina. You can ask her. I'm not mean. I'm nice to people. You know what I mean? As long as they're nice to me. But I'm just saying, you know, I mean, it's a man's world, bro. Feel what I'm saying? Like that's my whole point with y'all. Y'all is talking all this rah rah nonsense, right? But I'm not. I'm 35 years old, bro. I'm a grown man. I've lived life. I've done it all. I have tons of life experience. I've done everything that y'all want to do. So what y'all should be doing is not trying to talk to me some funny style way. That's pathetic. You should be trying to learn from me, right? Especially if you sitting there and you claim that y'all want to be like me. You can't be me. That's just insane and delusional. So be quiet, right? But you can be like me. You could try to aspire to be like me. You'll never be like me, but you can try to be. See my point? So if you was trying to be like me, wouldn't you have to listen to me? See, that's what I'm saying. These people, they're worried about material. Bro, you can take all my material. Material has nothing to do with this journey I'm on and nothing. It means nothing to me. Material possessions are not who you are. You're not your khakis. You're not how much money you have in the bank. You're not any of these things. And for me to say that as much as I have and own, like I said, you should probably want to listen. You're not listening. The whole point is when you lose everything, when you have nothing, that's what gives you power. Y'all don't get you built something where this person, the word is starts with an R. What is it? You built Batman where he has to be what? Relentless. That's the point. That's what it said in that video too. Like, nah, you're not getting it, bro. I have power where if I had nothing, I can still be Batman. Where if I have nothing, I can still run this business. I can still run this company. I can still put a stop to all these illegal organizations. I can still take everyone, on head on directly and win. You all can't do that. I don't have to ask permission for what I do. And the fact is, at the end of the day, most people they admire what I do. And I'm not like the Batman in the movie who thinks he's above the law. But I'm gonna tell you something. I probably have a lot of power where if there was ever like a silver lining, I mean, I'm sure I kind of am above the law, to be honest. Yes, 100%, because people know this is what I do. Once people know this is what he does, that changes things. It's just common sense because people are human. So people are going to look at it like, well, he's doing his job. That's how they're going to look at it. They're not going to look at it like, oh, there's a guy in a bat suit and he's silly. No, they're going to look at it, dude, that's Batman. Like Batman is doing what he needs to do. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. That's really what it comes down to. It comes down to, I try to make friends with everybody and be cool with everybody, but at the end of the day, I got a job to do, and my job comes from God. So ain't no, I can't let nothing get in the way of my job. I got to do what I got to do. See, that's what y'all don't get. Y'all don't have a belief system that you're willing to do anything for. You're not willing to go through anything for what you believe. I've always been like that. Anything. I don't care what it is. To do God's will, I'll go through whatever. The only reason I stay out of trouble, man, I don't know why y'all keep acting like I'm scared because I'm being cautious and smart. Nah, you know exactly what it is. Y'all just mad and trying to block my blessings still. You can't block my blessings. Like Christina told me, can't nothing stop, and the devil could never stop us being together and our union. That's number one. Get that straight, first of all. Okay? Okay, home skillet. Number two, that's exactly why I make sound decisions and I don't overstep my boundaries or try to, take too much power being Batman because I'm ready for my beautiful future. This is just for a short time period. And this is why all I'm doing is training. I stay in my own corner. I leave everyone alone. Don't bother me. I don't bother no one. I do me. And I'm focused on getting my body right in this training where I can carry it with me for the rest of my immortal existence as Batman because I'm going to have strength levels in order to take on Croc in the sewer. That's reality. I'm training to come against mutants. Seriously, I'm not joking. So, if that ever happens, it'll be an interesting experience. Hopefully, we'll catch it on camera, right? But the point is, that's what I'm training for. I don't know what you train for, so I mean, who can't help but admire that? People can look at it however they want, but being Batman is being Batman. No, I'm not crazy. No, I'm not delusional. No, I see reality for what it is and I know who I am. And that's it. No, like I said, I'm not crazy. I've always been the good kind of crazy. It's not crazy, it's larger than life. There's nothing crazy about somebody that says they're going to do something and then does it. Like I said, I was always the crazy guy until these ideas worked. I was always crazy until I proved myself right. People always say that on the internet, oh, you're delusional. Yeah, until everything I say becomes a reality. Like now, am I delusional now? Because that delusion, I mean, apparently is pretty real because I get paid and I make tons of checks doing this, like no matter how small they are. I mean, I'm making money. I make money. I get paid. I do what I do. That's pretty cool, right? Pretty imaginative, pretty creative, and pretty smart, right? So, like, I'm an alchemist. Truly, I use whatever resources are available to me, and I create and hone my craft and create my whole future in all these businesses. This is what I'm going to do for the till the end of time for all eternity. That's what you don't get. My job is to be Batman. My job is to be the Dark Knight and the Protector. Your job might be, you know, I don't know what you do, whatever you do. You might sit in a desk space in an office. You might take phone calls. I don't know and I don't care. But my job is to protect you, whether you like it or not. My job is to protect you from elements and forces unseen that you don't know even are even happening, and that's what I do. That's why I try to not sound like I'm blaming anyone because I think a lot of these things are just divine and they just happen the way they happen because it has to be this way. But it's still difficult for me because a lot of it has been personal stuff that I went through. You know what I mean? But like I said, I still forgive everyone. I don't hold on to nothing because forgiveness is for you. And that's part of how you heal. It's how you heal. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, I mean, I'm the Batman. This is what I do. This is what I'm always going to do. This is what I love to do. And it makes me truly happy. I just love it. I love myself. I love my beautiful life. My life is gorgeous, man. It may be a little hard right now, but it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I would never trade Christina for nothing. Christina is amazing. You feel me? So, like I said, I mean, the only thing I regret is ever dealing with anybody else. That's what I truly regret. Other than that, I have no regrets. And I mean, in life in general, I really don't have any regrets because you can't, but I want her to know that I care about her and love her more than anything. And she's all I've ever wanted. And that's the truth. I've been looking for her my entire existence. So she's extremely important to me. So when you have all these people and they're like, oh, well, whatever he cares about, I'm going to, Like that's what they're on. They're on. Oh, they can see I care about her, and whatever I care about, they're upset about and would like to throw a wrench in the works. So the business, they know I care about that. They know I care about being Batman. They know I care about Christina. So that's all their sights are on. And it's like, listen, man, when you're so set on trying to whatever do anything or say anything towards me, in the process you lose sight of what's going on around you. So just understand that when you're trying to be destructive, I mean, you end up doing it to yourself. Feel me? That's exactly what's happening right now with all of them. So it's like I said, I mean, that reading had the picture up too, and it said, accepting when you lose or knowing when you lose is important. And it had that picture of the really hideous witch. Yeah, that's y'all. That was a direct message from God, the divine, telling you, you need to understand you lost. It's over with. You didn't just lose, lost horrifically, like I told you you would. And you can't do anything about it. So no, don't be petty and immature and come over here on a panel because I have a chat and start getting behind fake accounts and start your weirdo stuff and typing. No, you're gonna go to prison for all that. You don't get to keep doing that. Nope, that's not how it works. There is no talking back. There is no you keep doing it. No, there is all that nonsense has stopped. It's over with, buddy. Your act is over with, your charade, and your illegal organization is going to prison. Every member. It's a wrap, buddy. Batman solved the case. You lose. And now it's time to sit down and be quiet. Capiche? I don't play them games. You lost. What is there to talk about? What? See, some people need to quit being sore losers and accept your defeat. You should be used to it by now. Real talk. Like that's the part I don't play about. Like that's the one thing I can't stand is pettiness and people who can't accept defeat. Like if you lost, you lost. People who say and do crazy things and commit illegal crimes, huge felonies, acts of domestic, you know what, and then act like, oh, I didn't do nothing. Cause you on the internet? What do you think this is an invisibility cloak, homie? Is you Harry Potter? Bro, you're going to prison. Any way you figure it, it's guaranteed, bro. All any of them agencies got to do is investigate this matter because it's a public matter, right? It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with y'all. This is all public online on the internet. They need to investigate it. The FBI, their feds, they could do that at any time. They should have been doing it, right? If they were doing their job, they should have been surveilling y'all, the red triangles. I already basically laid out the whole blueprint of who's who on here on the network. Why do you think I'm doing this? I'm doing this because I understand that there's other powers that be that if they'll do their job, they'll already be able to see, okay, this is who, and they can trace what I'm talking about since a lot of officials have my channel too, and I try to go out my way to give it to them so that they can see and hopefully somebody will do something about it the right way. Hopefully somebody will get y'all locked up and put in prison. No, I'm not a snitch. No, Batman is the world's greatest detective. I'm just, putting the puzzle together in front of the whole world. I want the world to see what's really going on, all these underground criminal organizations. These are the type of organizations that, like I said, put money and back the Austin Metcalf situation with that scrub and what he did and rewarded him with over $250,000 immediately so he could come to court in a brand new suit when he literally has everything on the line and he doesn't even know if he's ever going to have freedom again. They rewarded him right for a crazy crime towards who? Towards me, towards my people. So you need to think about that. Yeah, that's not annoying at all. So, like I said, at the end of the day, people just got to understand what it is and figure it out. You feel me? So, I mean, it is what it is. You understand? It's very simplistic. It's very simple. And like I said, the red triangles, I mean, it's pathetic and they got people everywhere. These are the criminals that you got to worry about. This is the stuff that James Bond Skyfall was talking about when it said now they're doing everything in the shadows and that's why the League of Shadows has to exist. Y'all don't get it. This is a real thing, bro. Batman's came against the entire criminal underworld and underground and shut it down. I already defeated him. Yeah, hands on. Nobody else could do anything or had to do anything because Batman already did it. Batman's going to be ahead of everyone because I know things you all don't. Because and again, this was not a choice. It's just all divinely kind of happened. It's crazy to me too. It's surreal for me, but this is what I do. I mean, I'm just programmed and I go. I do what I'm supposed to do, which is God's will, which is protect the world and save the world. And that's what it told me I'm going to do, is save the world. So I think that there's going to be a lot of things that happen that are on a major scale, and that I'm going to be who has to come through for the world. That's what it sounds like. And it makes a lot of sense. I've had to be the savior for everyone, man. I'm tired. The question is, who's going to save me? That's the real question, and the fact is that what it always told me in the videos is nobody's going to save you. It said you got to save yourself, and you got to become who saves yourself. And that's the hardest part for me. You think I don't have emotions about that or sensitivity? It's hard as hell. It brings me to tears. But I'm gonna tell you who is gonna save me, whether the videos believe it or say it or not. Christina. The person who saves me is Christina. I know that. And I think she's stronger than me, and I think that's why, because I think she has to save me. I think that's what this is all about. And like I said, I 100% believe in my mind that she really is Catwoman. That's not some figment of my imagination. That's not just something I'm saying for comedic effect. My girlfriend is Catwoman. I'm telling you right now. She doesn't completely know it yet, possibly. I'm sure she's aware of it now because I've talked about it. That's Catwoman, bro. Like the real thing. Like I think she's stronger than me and smarter. And I think that she has to be that way because she was, like she said, put here to help me and assist me and to protect me and take care of me. So, honestly, like I always said, I always felt like women were more powerful than men. If they're not, then that's the problem. And that's why a lot of you, when you talk about relationships, I laugh because most of you, I really don't laugh at anyone, but I'm just saying, over time, if I thought about it, I would probably, kind of be like, what the hell? Because I mean, none of y'all's relationships are real. Y'all are in just like arranged marriages and convenience arrangements and hate bonding and all that dumb stuff. It's all pointless, man. You know what I mean? All that stuff is just about bills and survival with y'all. Y'all don't even understand marriage is a gift. It's not a business arrangement. So, I mean, with y'all, it's just all convenience and fake. That's my point. Y'all don't know what it's like to really fall in love with someone and have someone who's willing to, what, for you and do anything for you and pay any price and ultimate cost for you because they genuinely love you. When you love someone, you're willing to do anything for them. Anything. You're willing to go through anything no matter what. You stop caring about yourself because you care about that person so much. That's what love is. Now, I don't love hard. I just love the way you're supposed to love. See, that's the part y'all people got twisted. Y'all want to make an excuse for everything and say something jaded that doesn't exist. See, I have every right to have a problem with all you people because you're constantly running your mouth and saying things that aren't there. No, I'm going to check you every time until you know this is reality, and that's why I get away from y'all because it's stressful. I won't be around somebody that every time they talk, they got to shape their statement into some delusion and nonsense that doesn't exist. Call it what it is. I'm Batman. I run the streets. I shut down all your illegal organizations. Just like he said in the movie, you basically blah, blah, blah them into desperation. They had no choice. So they turned to a man they didn't quite understand, right? The Joker, right? He's like, perhaps this is a man maybe you don't understand. And I'm going through that same thing too. I went through that with individuals on here who already got their karma and what the hell they deserve. Good. Forget them. Real talk. Yeah. Haha. That's what you get. So, like I said, that's karma. In this world, evil people get what they deserve. Facts. Yeah. All that stuff he was talking, all that mess every day for no reason to a stranger. I don't know none of y'all. You had no right, bro. You were completely wrong. And that's why that happened to you. So, like I said, at the end of the day, karma's karma, God is God. But that's what I went through with that situation. Exactly what he said. He said, perhaps he's a man you don't quite understand. He said, people like that, men like that, some men don't care about money. Some men don't care about this and that. Some men can't be negotiated with. And yes, some parts of that are an element of me, and they have to be because that's what it takes to be Batman. That's the truth. But it's also elements to a lot of these individuals who are unhinged and they're like the Joker because they're like that because they don't care about anything. They don't. He said some men just want to watch the world what, and that's the truth. And dealing with those types of individuals, it sucks. It ain't fun. It's very uncomfortable. It's way too much stress for anyone. And that's why I just get away from people like that. Because my deal is, I mean, you're not tough. I mean, If you're trying to cause me that, you're not tough. You're someone who's weak and you ain't got nothing better to do. You got too much time on your hands, and I'm not gonna sit here and play with y'all. You understand? Like, nah, bro. Like, I'm Batman. You know what I mean? But the gloves are off. I'm not gonna sit here and put up with nothing. I'm not gonna sit here and like, I'm not gonna play these games. And they all know that, bro. They all know what it is. So, like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, Batman keeps defeating all these jokers, all these unhinged people, and it's just crazy, man. It's honestly surreal, bro. The entire reality of all this stuff for me is still surreal. It's still crazy. It's impressive. It's crazy, man. Ah, orange juice. All gone. Need a pig here. All right. So yeah, like I said, um, other than that, I run this network. I run all of you. I defeated you, and I'm very proud of myself. And like I said, that was all that mattered. In my life, what mattered was shutting the red triangles down. Now, of course, they're still doing whatever they're doing. I mean, some of the nonsense, they're still online playing games. It's all good. Feds and the FBI have probably been paying attention this whole time. I think arrests are right around the corner because one reading came out, and this every prediction I make comes true. Every reading has been spot on chronologically, and I try to prove it to y'all, but a lot of you aren't smart enough to pay attention and catch up because it moves fast. One of the readings, what did it say? It said something about arrests. It said this cycle will not end until arrests are made. So I know that the arrests are coming, and I think some of them. I don't know if they've happened already, but I think they're right around the corner. And that's what I think. I think these people have been being surveilled. I think some agency is doing their job, and I think I've 100%, like I think I've shed light on what's going on. I'm sure that somebody out there is listening and saying this information that he's talking about is real and this is what's happening. This is at a ground level and this is real people who are dealing with black market and all that stuff. These are the real illegal organizations that need to be put out of business. Not this other stuff the government talks about or local agencies. These are the people that need to be in prison. These are the people who are puppets or part of this entire conspiracy that the rabbit hole, we don't even know how deep it goes. This is what needs to be investigated, nothing else. They need to look into this, and I think they have ties to the corporations. That's why they're always talking to YouTube, right? It's common sense, man. It's common sense, bro. Like I said, it's ridiculous. So the one reading said that, and then the other reading just recently said jail and money, which I'm guessing common sense means jail for all of you, like you deserve, and money for me. You understand? It all has been chronological the entire time. It's surreal for me, man. It's like my life is like a movie. It's honestly insane, bro. You know what I mean? So I mean, even I don't think that it's not cool and surreal for me. I can't believe it half the time. I'm like, man, I'm really Batman. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel out of character or crazy for me because I really am it, but it still feels cool. It's still a badge of honor. It's still like, man, that's pretty cool. Like I mean, so it is what it is. That's the thing. I think that a lot of these negative, horrible, hard, impossible things, I think I have to go through them to sculpt me and mold me and to make me into what I am now. As hard as they were and as horrible as some of it was, I don't regret it because it's what made me, and that's the hardest thing to say because some of the things I went through, I mean, nobody would want to go through, man. I mean, it hurts my soul. You know what I mean? Like things I went through were hard, dude. I made it look easy, and it was never easy, none of it. So it's crazy for me, but like I said, where there's a will, there's a way, man. I'm gonna keep on doing God's will. I think I'm gonna get going right now, but like I said, just keep your head up, man, and keep your faith in God. That's what I'll tell everybody, man. Like I said, it's really, that's the most beautiful thing to me, man. It's why, like, I don't care about money that much. I just really would like to have it. I would like to have enough where I don't have to struggle anymore. I'm tired of struggling. I never had to be like this really, and it just sucks because it was never me. Even in Austin, I was making plenty of dough. You know what I mean? But What I really need is I need people to donate and hit the Cash App and give me enough funds so I can at least, at least let me, how do I put this? At least give me enough money. Like I need at least like a grand, a couple of grand, several $100 at least, something. Give me enough money where I can at least have enough to get back and I can take a trip to like Austin or something and get everything set up and start working at a ground level again and like try to make it. I'll do it right in front of all them haters like TJ. I don't care. I ain't got nothing to say to him. I'm not mad at him. I'm not going to waste my time. That's what they want. See, they want a reaction. Just ignore them. No, I'll go to Austin and make my money right in front of them. I'll go find a job. I'll go right on 6th Street too and talk to all them bars. I'll figure out a way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I mean, all this trying to prevent my blessings and stop me from doing stuff, man, that's what made me. Keep that up. And that's going to only help my celebrity now because every time you talk about me, they're going to say, who's that? And you're going to have to reference the channel. I mean, you're just going to end up making me more and more famous. So it's like, it is what it is. And that's the thing. I wouldn't even necessarily have to get a job up there in Austin because I'd already have this career. And if I choose to be or have to be out at nights, I mean, who's to say I can't just do it at night? I don't know if I'd catch any slack for it from the local, what, because it's a little different there. They're hypersensitive and they're not going to know what the hell I'm doing or what's going on. But I would talk to them about it, if I have to, and I mean, the mask, the cool part is it kind of, just I just flip it up, it goes up and down. So I don't have to constantly have the mask on. I can flip it and I mean, any normal person would just think, "Oh, he's just, he's Batman or he's dressed like Batman," I mean, I mean, and then they would realize over time like, "No, he's really Batman. Like that's the real thing. That's my whole thing. Like I'm not afraid to do it. Why not?" I mean, it's a little scary because you don't know how somebody may react to it. I don't want to get in any crazy situations for no reason, obviously, where anything could happen. But God's got me, man. God gonna protect me. I ain't worried about that. God got me, bro. I know that. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. I need everybody to donate. If y'all donate, well, it can help me do stuff like that. You feel me? Like for real, because that's what I need. I got to get at least several hundred. I really need several grand, but at least several hundred. And if I could just get up there, I got to get enough for the bus ticket, then I could put it all together. And that was the thing I pointed out with TJ. TJ was never going to get me anything. He doesn't have any money. It was all a lie and it was all a design. It was really just to hold me back. They can't set me up or do anything to me. They're not capable. They're all weak. It's what they're trying to do is sabotage my opportunities. So, like I said, we sniffed that out right, and it didn't even take me a millisecond. I knew before you even started talking. I said it ahead of time, like TJ is slow. I don't know what he's talking about. He's a wannabe villain, I guess. Who you need to worry about making money at them bars. Like these are people who ain't getting by and struggling. What you worried about me for, bro? He's a grown man, bro. Worry about you. That's some bozo stuff. He funny as hell, and he got to watch me make money and get mad as hell. That's hilarious, and it's gonna stay like that. And I'll do it right in front of you, right there in Austin. Yeah, I don't care about none of these people, bro. I ain't scared of none of you. You already know what it is. So it's like I said, all that fake stuff, whatever. Ain't none of y'all gonna talk to me crazy in front of me. I know that. So you can miss me with the fake stuff, homie. Feel me? So like I said, bro, I mean, that's my thing. When people want to act like they playing, that's some internet stuff, bro. Y'all know who I am, bro. You're not gonna talk to me crazy. No, you ain't. All that fake stuff, bro. I don't know what you talking about, man. I don't know why they act like, oh, I'm this and that. No, I'm just smart and I make good, solid decisions and business decisions. Yeah, no, I'm not scared of nothing, homeboy. So, like I said, at the end of the day, I'll go up there and do my thing. But that's what we need. We need to get enough money together so that I can, create my own environment and arrangements as best I can. Like I said, even if I got to be out at night, I'd start by doing that or whatever, and I would just try to talk to everyone and deal with everyone and do the best that I can. You know what I mean? Like I can kind of halfway figure it out. And the problem is too, these people are going to do the same thing and try to get in my business, but there's not really too much they can do. Honestly, they don't have any power. They don't really have a say so. I mean, they can't really do anything to really move me, to be honest. Not really, not by law. There's not much they can really say. I have ways that I can kind of do things and move around. I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of opportunity up there. It would maybe be a good position for me to because all I would need is to find some work, or if I have to start with whatever I can get, if I could find some work and start making some money, and then maybe the difficult part is bringing my suit. That's going to be the issue because I don't know how that's going to work or how it's going to go over. I don't want any problems. And the thing is, people are so trying to stop it that it's like I almost feel inclined to go ahead and bring it because it needs to happen. Like it needs to happen. It really does. Like it needs to, we need to have me out there at least where I can do my videos because that's what I'm saying. If I was out at night, like right now it's nighttime, I could film just me walking in all my little videos all over Austin, and I could be making money all night. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. Thing is, Austin, like I said, nobody helps me with anything. They're all selfish, entitled, and they're wannabe snobs, and none of them have any real money. And they all got places to go up there, and none of them be normal people and say, "Hey, yo, you can come stay with me." So it's like all of y'all are useless. That's the truth. You know what I mean? So, like I said, be mad at me, bro, but I got everything, bro. Like I said, I just don't live in Austin. Feel me? I don't care how you feel about me. You irrelevant. We ain't got nothing to talk about, and you on some silly nonsense. You feel me? I'm not mad at nobody, bro. I'm completely calm. I'm gonna stay sensible and forgive and forget and move forward and keep on winning because that's what's hurting their feelings. They in their feelings because I keep winning and making the right decisions. Let's keep on getting them with more success, people. Ownage. Told you I own you. Meow. All right, Penguin. Make sure that you have another pizza because that's all you'll ever do. Because what you're not going to do is ever leave the valley, have a career, have a real wife, have a real future, right? Have a real dog because you can't take care of your own dogs, right? Remember, everybody's going to know what you did to Sonic too. Don't worry about that. Me and Christina are going to definitely talk about that. No, we're not being any way. We're exposing what you did because it was horrible. So, like I said, and what you did with Tia. So you're never going to get past that. It's going to be a public matter and a public concern, and that's about it. So stay mad, little penguin. All right, play your what's that game he plays? Like Slack or whatever. What's it called? I don't even remember. That boy is a joke. You feel me? Yeah, he pressed as hell. He tried to come on the panel yesterday. What? Why would you come on a panel if I was right in front of you? I was right in front of all of them. I'm right there on the block, live on camera. They watching. That's crazy, bro. They sitting there stalking, and you can't have it. Like what, bro? You've had 2+ years to talk. I'm not doing no talking to nobody. And if you do try to talk to me, anybody, you're gonna pay me at least $5. And him, that offer is not even there. We have nothing to discuss or talk about. Nope. Nope. No patience involved. No talking. We're not talking about nothing, bro. You the enemy, and you gonna lose. You understand? Now you're really gonna lose. Trust me. So, like I said, all y'all are soft. Keep getting online, keep running your mouth. Y'all ain't got nothing for me, and I'm gonna keep on defeating you, and I'm gonna keep on being successful and winning. And you ain't never gonna stop me, like usual. All right, Joker. Oh, baby.